Get to the orange door is a roguelite about... But between you and that fabled orange door is, So as you can tell, the game has a lot to do with movement. So without getting too rambly, you can backflip, dash, wall run, slide, all that cool shit. But you can also, in the middle of all of that, do a fucking drop kick that will actually knock enemies back into walls, taking extra damage from hitting the walls. This is cool. It also bounces you back up into the air so you can continue doing more cool shit. Fuck yeah! You got kind of the shield health dynamic from Halo, in that you first take shield damage that slowly recharges, but after your shield depletes, you will start taking permanent damage that you'll have to go through much bigger lengths to heal. That means that getting good at your movement and moving fast as shit is the only way to ensure your survival in this game. I mean, you could play this shit as Call of Duty, you could. But then somebody would come to your house and execute you. And I can't say I hired them for legal reasons, but, you know... Also, if you fuck up, don't worry, because you got extra lives that clears the enemies around you, and we'll get back to that later. When it comes to weapons, you have an entire charcuterie board of just amazing shit to pick from. And again, this is a roguelite, so you'll be picking a new gun each time. You can get these weapons from crates that are just placed around, they'll show you what weapon you get, or these random fucking slot machines that you get a random weapon from. The weapons are designed to tickle your balls in exactly the way you want them to, bro. These weapons are amazingly animated and just, it gives off that flair, that amazing flair that you get from few games. The sound, the animation, the feel, oh, it's good. You can also go to one of these little workbench things to upgrade them, but the best way to upgrade them is through the Pack-a-Punch machine, actually called the weapon upgrade machine, but in this household we call it the fucking Pack-a-Punch machine, you hear me? And also Pack-a-Punching a gun makes it look cooler, because, you know, of course it does. And before your run even starts, you can find these card packs while you're playing the game that let you start the next run by picking a card in this little shop thing, which will give you maybe perks even, and weapons that you can start off with. So you don't gotta start with that shit little fucking pistol. There's also secret chests around here that drop fully Pack-a-Punch guns and even a melee weapon. I've only found one of these chests, and that was while recording the footage for this review, so I don't know how common they are. I don't know what the fuck this deal with them is, but I mean, pretty cool. That also means that the melee weapon I found out of this was the only melee weapon I ever found, but I mean, it lets you do this like ground pound thing, and I like that, so yeah, fuck it. Melee weapons are cool. And if that wasn't enough to convince you that this is a great roguelite, there's even a little weapon locker you can slam your weapons into mid-run and then take them out later. Keep in mind, you can do this with Pack-a-Punch guns or even any gun, and you can take it out the next run you play. So just imagine a fully Pack-a-Punch gun instantly as soon as you start the run. It's pretty cool. Also, most weapons got different firing modes, and you can also dual wield guns. I don't like how they handle dual wielding here, but yeah. You can also find some active abilities. I don't like them. I don't like those either, so you know, we'll just push them over there. Fuck them. The scanner's pretty cool though. You also got this ultimate ability that lets you slow down time for everything, making most bosses a fucking joke, but we'll come back to those bosses later. You can also find blessings, which are these like standard roguelite little perks you get, and curses that kind of have these double-edged sword effects. You can also cleanse both your blessings and curses at the end of a boss battle, but again, we'll talk about the bosses later. Come on, it's freaking patience. You can also find and permanently keep these little scroll things that let you travel back to the main lobby area where there's a Pack-a-Punch machine, there's the card shop again. You can buy some weapons, store weapons, which is just insanely powerful. At the beginning of each stage, you'll have these long parkour sections between you and the orange door that you need to get to progress to the next level. Here you'll find these cars you can bust open by shooting or kicking them. That drop ammo and a little bit of shards. Shards are like the currency of the game. I probably should have said that earlier, whatever. And at certain points in the level, these big orange fucking pod things will drop down. They'll spawn enemies around you. Now, you could sit and fight in every single like little mini arena as you would. Or you could just, you know, speed to the fucking end of the level and have this one long fight at the very end of the level. Either way how you do it, at the end of all this, there's that fabled orange door. But before you can actually go through it, you'll have to do this like mini teleporter event where a bunch of enemies spawn and you have to kill a certain amount to then open the door. After all this, you'll get this little purple orb where you can sometimes get blessings, you can get extra shards, you can get keys, you can get whatever from these things. Just as a little reward for being who you are. sad sack of shit. After 3 of these stages, you'll be met with a boss fight. Again, you could cheese these motherfuckers by just slowing down time and basically killing them, but they are kinda challenging if you face them head on and you don't have the right weapons. But if all of this sounds cool to you, but you want it more condensed, you can find the entrance to the dungeon that's basically just levels, but they're really tiny and you can just keep the action going constantly. Problem is that you're not actually progressing in the game by doing this, you're not gonna find bosses and stuff, and while you're sitting there cozy in your vault fucking around having fun, your threat level is still gonna increase. The threat level is the level that dictates what enemies spawn, how big the enemies are, if they're upgraded or not. Basically, having a high threat level is not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. And killing enemies increases this threat level, and there's no way to decrease it. No way. So you're kind of stuck here. Also, in your epic adventure, you'll find these vaults that are scattered around. These vaults might contain blessings and curses, but usually they just have these buyables and a weapon upgrade station. And if you look hard enough, if you look real carefully, you might also find these little secret areas, which is nice. Chain vines are the main ways you're gonna get meta progression out of this game by getting these upgrades, but you know, don't worry about it. It's not like Hades where you need to get these upgrades to complete the game. I fucking hate that system. That's dumb. Also, if you ever get bored of the base game, you can go get some mods in the Steam Workshop. Personally, I haven't tried them, but you know, go check them out. And even though this is a really good game, the game doesn't come without its flaws. The game's still in development, so I'm hoping most of these get fixed, but we'll just have to see. For example, after you pack a punch a gun twice, there really isn't much more to do with it. It's just kind of a fully pack punched gun now. There's no real upgrading it. There is no real end to the game, by the way. Once you defeat the 2 bosses, the game just kind of loops in on itself, and you have to fight them again and have to go through the same stages again, which is alright. But there are no changes after that. Like, the game is still the same. The only difference is now you have better weapons, and now you have a bigger threat level, which means more enemies, but at the same time, that's kind of boring. I really wish there was a way to, like, obliterate, like in Risk of Rain, where after a certain while you can kill yourself, end a run, and have all your weapons and perks or whatever turned into Jade Vines to help the next run. And the longer you go, of course, the more Jade Vines you'll get for that obliteration. But right now, there's nothing like that. No even selling guns for Jade Vines, so there's no real incentive to get further in the game except to farm Jade Vines through the normal ways you would. In conclusion, this is a pretty good game. I would still recommend it wholeheartedly. I mean, there's stuff even I don't know about this game, so you should go in there and explore, find new shit that even I haven't discovered yet. The game's not too good at telling you anything, so all of this is just kind of an amalgamation of info I've acquired over playing the game. And I mean, if anything, I like that. Now I don't know what's out there or what I could find. So if you want a cool movement shooter and maybe a roguelite or whatever, I definitely recommend picking this game up. Do it now. We'll find out where you live and do bad things to you. Alright, so welcome to the kinda secret outro thing. Again, I know I haven't talked a lot directly to people because I could make these outros, but why the fuck would I? What would I have to say? But I actually have something to say, so you're gonna fucking listen. This is gonna be unedited, uncut down, uncensored, filtered, whatever fuck, all in one go. Now y'all go, fuck, you see? Now you guys will realize why it takes me 9 attempts to make every single sentence I produce, and why there's a bunch of cuts mid-sentences, because shit like that happens. Randomly, and I hate it. Either way, I know the vids have been slowing down a bit, and I'm sorry for that. In part because they're getting longer. You know, the second video I ever did was the Hellsplit one, and that was like a minute, and my Bloodstains was like 4 minutes. This is like 7, 10 maybe with this outro. And also because I have just burnt myself out so fucking hard on these vids. There has... keep in mind, when I was making the Hellsplit, the Hellsweeper, and the clip one, I think the one after that too, I was editing maybe 3 hours a day when I had 5 hours of free time. And that was on top of, you know, feeding myself, going to the store, all this shit, actually, you know, having this life, talking to people, and, you know, playing the games, recording the footage, all this shit. And yeah, after 2 months of that, I got kind of burnt out, and I started doing other shit. So it kind of ended with the video slowing down. But I am a lot happier. Um, I'm getting to a point where I think that the videos are improving quality, even though it's slowing down a bit. But I'll try to hop up on that. But that's kind of what this outro is about. The main part of this outro, even though I've been rambling, is about the kind of content I should make. I've tested some kind of stuff now, or a lot of different shit. When it comes to reviews, you know, I think the health split or the health sweep and this video have been trying to be more genuine reviews and explaining the mechanics and all this shit. And the health split one and the bloodstain video, for example, and somewhat the Devil May Cry one too, have been more jokey, me just talking about what I want to talk about, making jokes, and not doing a worse job of actually showing off the gameplay, or not showing, actually reviewing the game, more just making jokes at the game and keeping the game in the background and giving you some tidbits. I'm just questioning which one of these do you want. Of course, I'll always make the shit I want to make. But I do want the input. I did kind of touch on this in the Severed Steel video about how when some videos just feel like I'm speaking out of my ass and there's just gameplay in the background and you guys have to judge the game by that. And other times, like this video for example, I could say that I'm sacrificing a lot of jokes and creative stuff, even editing, just to portray the game as how it is and give you a genuine review of it. I'll always try to review lesser known games. That's why I made this channel. That's why I'll continue to do it. But the format is what I'm confused of. But honestly, making this video has made me kind of settle in on that I do kind of want to make more health split, more health stained, the bloodstained type of videos, just more jokey, fucking around. Yeah. Also, there's not every type of game I can review, even though I want to, and they might be niche. It's a bit confusing. For example, Warframe is a game I've spent a lot of time on. It's not lesser known, but people don't really review it. And I want to make a video about it, but that's the whole thing. If I'm tethered to this idea of making an actual review, what would I say? It's just, yeah, the game takes a lot of time. You can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that. And, for example, videos like this, or games like This War of Mine is a great game. I really want to make a video about it. But that's a more somber, sad game. I cried actually playing that game. So that wouldn't fit with my jokey, hee hoo ha style really well. And that's what upsets me about that. But yeah, if you guys are willing to watch, I'm definitely willing to experiment with stuff like that. And yeah, I just need some feedback. Also, I also want to experiment a little bit about not just, you know, reviews. For being a person in haunt hatred, I haven't really, you know, hated anything yet. I've only talked about shit I like. Ideas for different videos come to mind, like stories. Anybody that knows me and has talked to me knows that I collect a lot of stories, and I love to tell them. Genuine rant and just things I fucking despise type of videos would be cool. The whole problem with all of that is I don't know if you guys would actually want that or want to watch it or, you know, want to engage with it. I don't want to feed you guys content that you didn't come here for. I don't want to have a bunch of reviews that take a lot of time and have the schizo editing style and it's talking about obscure games and suddenly to hit with the why I started hating furries video. That's not that at all. It's just me speaking like this, telling a story to some generic gameplay, and the thumbnail looks exactly the same as something genuine would look. God, this is getting long. Whatever. Um, but yeah, if it isn't a problem, again, just give me feedback. That's what I crave right now. I want to know what you guys want to see, um, what I should be focusing on, what I could do to improve. Of course, I have gotten an editor, as you guys saw in the what the fuck was it, Valkyria Chronicles video, who wished to be unnamed, and I hate that. I also possibly have another editor lined up, but I feel, yeah, I don't got much more to say about that. Yeah, feedback. That's all I crave right now. I need feedback. I need what works, what doesn't work, what you guys want to see. What would you guys be down for more open content? Or do you guys want me to stick to more only reviews and shit? Because I get clouding my YouTube feed with shit that you guys didn't come here for, or that's not interesting when you just want game reviews. I understand how that's frustrating and that's dumb. Also, yes, this is the first video above 10 minutes, which is great. Also the longest video since the Hell Super video. And, wow, it's gonna be my longest video on this channel, goddamn. Yeah, most of the video is just me rambling, wow. But yes, give me feedback. Of course, like, subscribe, comment. It helps me in the algorithm, helps me so much, you have no idea. Just promoting my shit. Start a fucking argument in the comments or something to drive my engagement up. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. See ya.